Hey, welcome to the finale of Quantum Break. And Tio, read off the bingo card.
All right, let's try the checklist. Sequel baiting,
Hi,
probably.
Paul.
Hey, you're not so different than I am. Things left unexplained.
Fallen
An
hero returns
anticlimactic, a
villain.
very anticlimactic boss fight.
Underwhelming acting.
You moron! How exactly are a couple of people in your stupid after last season set supposed to save humanity from time stopping anyway?
I know this one. Pop song in the dated pop song in the credits.
Oh, is it
Remember,
interesting you say that?
We disabled the licensed music.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still there
It's
in the game's coding, so it counts.
It's interesting you say that, Dwebs, because it's interesting you say that, Dwebs. Since I disabled the copyrighted music for the sake of us not getting, tagged for the YouTube ID thingy, because of that, the credits are entirely silent.
Oh, goody.
Oh, so I can play over my own music then.
Yes.
So finally we have to fight Paul.
Yes.
And the fight
well,
with Paul
actually,
is-
first we fight his mooks and then we fight him.
Oh, so he's that glowing red thing on top of staircase.
Yes.
I mean, this is the final boss fight and it looks so boring already.
Hey, wait a minute. The last time we saw Paul, he was going to the time arc or whatever that time capsule with everyone.
Lifeboat protocol.
Yeah, he was headed there. So what's he doing here?
No. Paul was not added to the lab protocol. He only showed up there momentarily so he could tell them everybody to give them a motivational speech, and then he left. He never actually joined the lifeboat protocol. Actually.
Yeah.
Then here's a question.
I
Then
know,
Wait a minute.
I know it's not gonna happen, but you know what would have been better as a final boss
Hold
fight?
on, Theo, I have to explain this. Basically,
What the hell?
once every 5 minutes or something, and he will give an audio clip to a voice. There's a certain voice clip to
What the fuck?
Okay, basically, one of Paul's time travel powers apparently is that he can explode. And not make things explode, he can literally explode and cause a gigantic explosion. And after he does that, he gets weaks, and that's my chance to attack him, like I just did.
So
And
here's my
how
question.
is Will safe in all of this marasma?
that's a better question.
He stopped in time, and apparently the explosion doesn't hurt him because remember, Theo, we're operating on Naughty Dog NPC logic where they're immune to gunfire and shit.
I mean, when I was saying it's not gonna happen, but you know what would have been better as a final boss fight is that if it combined what you really have had in the game and having Paul using his time powers to actually absorb part of the scenery and become this giant metal golem done with scraps.
So the ending of Enter the
and you
Matrix.
And you actually, kind of like that, pretty much. That would have been, a change of pace, but still test your skills in all way possible.
Here's another idea. Why not have Paul practically have all your abilities as well?
I complain in Final Fantasy 13 for a lack of human bosses, but this is pretty much the polar opposite.
Like, seriously though, you know what also be a good boss idea? Why not have Paul be able to do everything you, the player, can do? Like, wouldn't that be a nice change of
That's what
pace?
Sky is doing, isn't it? For now, aside from the explosion.
Yeah, but that's all. I'm not even kidding, guys. This is our final boss. All Paul does is explode because of
Really?
he's a fucking electrode apparently.
Yeah,
So,
he went to the Michael Bay school of doing.
No. Like I said, Theo. He used TM. I forgot which number it is. He used
Self-destruct.
Explosion is stronger, Jova. See, because the thing is,
The main
Jova.
villain of this game is a Volt Orb.
Yeah. Well, actually, I said electrode because electrodes are technically stronger. But yeah, basically, Jova, explosion is more powerful than self-destruct, and considering the explosion move Paul does kills you in one hit, I'm going with explosion instead of self-destruct.
So it has an enormous range, and it's an insta-kill move.
Yes.
So, question, Pedro. Okay, so if this explosion is red, and yet everything around you is constantly blinking red, how are you supposed to know where you get hit or not?
Actually, it's not that bad. Remember, the reason things are red is because of the time travel power thingies oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, there we go. Don't worry. No, don't worry. Don't worry. His explosion is way too big for you not to notice. Trust me, you'll know when it's coming.
So does he like only do it when you get close?
Not just. Well, a bit, kind of, yeah. But at the same time, one thing is that when he's about to explode, he does some kind of grunt. And that's your cue. So it's telegraphed enough.
So here's my question: what's stopping you from just trying to snipe him from a while ago with one of your time capsule bombs?
You mean time blast?
Well, you know what I mean.
Okay. I cannot use time blast on Paul. He has to be killed with.
I can see some kind of barrier around him. Okay.
Right now, I'm just trying to kill the mooks to make my job easier.
It's hard to tell what's going on in this fight. Honestly,
They're trying to do this filter of time travel because there's two time traveling superhumans in battling, so they're trying to do this to make it look more epic and cool. But all it does is make
combined with the blur, it's not helping.
Yeah.
Also, seriously, the fact that Paul just stands there doing nothing except for...
Wow, great AI. Just fuck my shit, senpai.
You know, Teo, you said like I think it was 2 parts ago about mooks in this game having Stormtrooper. There you go. See, I recommend using Time Run to get away quicker.
Pedro, you didn't tell me that easy mode made the bosses completely brainless. Seriously, the way he aimed it at you wasn't nearly close. Like,
well,
he aimed it literally several feet away from you, like he was purposely trying to miss.
So,
Java, if Angry Joe's...
You to get away from the explosion is dubstep.
Oh yeah, that's right. And later on he starts using 2 explosions at once, so I have to escape 2 of them.
Wow. They're
and this is the 3rd one in a row, though.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Wait, how are you supposed to tell whether you're within that explosion or not? Because it looks like you were in it, but thankfully you weren't, apparently, because you didn't die.
Fortunately, Jack always says his shield is down every time it's my time to strike. So.
Oh, I get that, but again, how are you supposed to tell the radius?
Singularity.
There we go.
Again,
that's the final boss. That's the final boss, everybody.
And is that like that?
Yep.
Oh no, we're gonna get a final speech or something.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Oh, Sam, you and your love for bullet time.
Wow, that was lackluster. Oh wait, never mind. You still got another.
He's glitching out.
He's losing his life to time cancer.
He's becoming the glitch gremlin.
No.
Oh, and that's it.
And his blood freezes in time.
Wait, so what bloodied him out was a punch?
He didn't even got a final speech, the poor bastard.
So he died by being punched into
a brick
floor?
Yeah, or a floor, or a brick wall, whatever. Something solid.
But he wasn't even moving that fast thanks to time, so what the heck?
Mary's looking at stuff.
Maybe Jova's time cancer made his body really weak.
Gee, I might believe that if the game actually.
I forgot. I probably already asked, but if you choose, I mean, this fight can be more difficult or not, depending if Paul chooses the treatment or not.
I think so. Yes. I'm not sure though, because I'm not playing this game again.
Okay.
I still own it. Don't get me wrong, and I'll keep it for the sake of whenever I feel like showing this to someone or something. But
how much did you pay for this, out of curiosity?
30 euros.
About $40 US.
About 25 pounds.
30 euro. 40 euro. The game is actually in really good state. The disc is in actually really good state. So 40 euros for this particular copy that I have is actually just fine.
Oh, it was a used one. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember Pedro's Xbox One policy.
Yeah. I'm not giving my money to Microsoft. Microsoft and Konami are the 2 gaming companies that are on my shit list.
Oh, he's still alive.
Oh, even then, I'll give Konami one thing. I'll still get Bomberman half a full price because that looks fun.
Well, for me, it's mainly the fact that it seems like Nintendo's the one mainly behind that anyway.
Thanks for telling us.
What?
What the?
Hey?
The,
What the hell?
What?
Nobody does, Jules.
Who got disintegrated?
I don't know. Okay, apparently Paul threw himself in it, even though it looked dead.
So,
So that was pointless. What was the point? What was the point of that? It's if Paul wasn't going to accomplish anything with that final strike.
So, how did he met the journalist?
The
the
journalist.
The one who is supposedly talking throughout this whole game.
Oh, you mean no. Oh, you mean Claris? Claris is an employee of Monarch. Remember?
Let me guess. She's interviewing him for a job at Monarch.
No, not that. It's just that.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, the thing is, Claris's role in this game, like, she shows up once in the actual story, but aside from that, her entire purpose is to be there to be an exposition to dump for Jack to spew on, basically.
Kind of weird that we don't hear any words from her when she actually shows up in the story. Well, you know.
What the? Oh, so now he has time cancer.
What?
Mary, you're speaking as if you're now the main villain of the game.
That would be stupid.
Wait, no, you're not ending like this, aren't you?
No, hold on.
I checked there's an after credits scene.
For the sake of Jovin Tail, no, he doesn't have time cancer. I have no idea what the hell that scene was about. Oh, there we go. Now we're going to learn what he said to Beth.
At the time, you obviously disagreed. After everything you've seen, we need to know. What do you believe now?
But this game sucks.
That everything was a load of crap and I just proved him dead wrong? What do you think?
Or is it possible to choose?
Hail Hydra.
Act name drop. Act name drop. I'll come back for you.
Roll credits, I guess.
Yes, actually, yes.
Oh, god damn it.
And like I said, don't worry, there's an after credits scene after this. So stick around, everybody. Also, again, since I disabled copyrighted music, silent credits.
Jacqueline Pignol.
So that was Quantum. So that was Quantum Break. I know Jova wants to get a lot off his chest, so I'll let him go first.
What a disaster.
I mean, really, what was even the point of him saying he'll come back for her?
A sequel hook, I guess.
Of course, yeah. Oh boy, this. Well, let me start with the main meat of it. Yeah, the plot here is one of the most idiotic I've ever seen in any piece of media. It's like, well, okay, it starts off somewhat promising, then slightly but slowly descends into about a madness, topsy-turviness, and just a complete disrespect of its own narrative. I mean, seriously, it tries to establish rules for time travel, then breaks its own rules, can't even give good reasons for why Jack can't use his abilities at certain places. Makes no sense. And my god, it fails in a gameplay sense that it limits the awesome stuff that you can do, teases you with actual good concepts of using gameplay for stuff like platforming puzzles, finding out about people's past and histories, walking in their shadows and whatnot. And oh god, the actual fights and boss fights are so lackluster. Yeah. Also, I wonder, he fixes the countermeasure beforehand. Maybe that means that Liam won't die? Whatever. Won't be explored. Because seriously, talk about a stupidly abrupt ending.
Not just that, the characters are all forgettable and bland, with no development given to them whatsoever.
Thank you to all of our families, friends and loved ones. You make it possible and worthwhile, doubtful, to do what we do.
I'm sure that's what they tell themselves when they look in the mirror every day. But seriously, though, I mean, seriously, you'd think in a time travel story they'd actually take time so that we could see all the changes in this quote-unquote better future. Heck, they don't even explain why Jack is having that interview with... But, yeah, I think, the absolute worst thing is just the wasted potential here. It's like, there's definitely a good game buried way deep within, but it seems that executive meddling, rush development, and or just stupidity on the developer's part ruined it.
What do you think of the music and the graphics?
Music's fine. Sometimes... Actually, no. There was never really a music track that I actually thought of as awesome. It felt like just stuff I've heard before, at best, and boring at worst. As for the graphics, they start off pretty good, but other times it seems like the machine's having trouble run them, and other times they just look bad. And no, they don't have the excuse of time travel powers in those parts where they look bad. I mean, granted, there are some parts where the time-traveling excuse can sort of explain why some of the graphics look the way they do, but not in a lot of places. And the enemy AI here is some of the dumbest I've ever seen. And that's saying something compared to a lot of enemy video game AI. Again, like I said, when you make even the snipers miss constantly, you have really messed up.
Yeah.
Alright, so you done, Jeff?
Yeah.
All right. Since I'm willing to bet I know what your incredibly short thoughts are, so go ahead.
Okay.
In short,
this is like a really boring episode of Doctor Who, but if Doctor Who had like no humor in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's I mean, the music is some of the blandest I've ever heard. I mean, I don't know if any have a tune.
Wait, they actually have the song Africa in this song? Huh.
Remember, I disabled it, so...
Yeah, you disable the music. The characters are boring. The acting is, well, mediocre, I gotta be honest.
2016.
I mean, I hear Sam Lake is way more capable of doing better stuff.
What
happened?
He is.
I have no idea. We have no idea, Dwebs. I'm honestly at a loss. I have no idea what to tell you.
No, wait, guys. I got it. I got a theory.
What?
He made a bet saying, "Oh, come on, okay, I'll make the shittiest thing I can, and everyone will still buy it."
Well, nobody bought it, but it did get critical praise.
And he was like, he said back to Microsoft CEO, it wasn't Don Matrix, maybe someone else. Look, buddy, I bet I can make the shittiest game possible, despite my reputation. And he's like, okay, and the guy at Microsoft like, okay, if you actually do that as a punishment, I will actually cancel one of my upcoming IPs.
All right.
And now you know why Scalebound was canceled.
All right, Dwebs, anything else?
Yes. Well, the graphics, really. I mean, they're not really all that impressive. I mean,
Uncharted 4 looks miles better.
I'm not even comparing it to Uncharted 4. Even I swear I've seen a few 360 games that look better than this. I'm not talking about fidelity. I'm just talking about mostly aesthetics and stuff. This is the palest game I've ever seen.
It's because it's
the blur,
not just the blur, the incredibly boring art style with no personality of its own whatsoever.
This is the quantum of solace of video games. Everything is white.
Hell, fucking Beyond Two Souls had better art design than this. Go ahead.
It's like they're expecting you to constantly use the time-traveling powers, which will make things look all cool and warped and pixelated so that they don't really have to worry about it. Because that's really the only reason why I can see why they would have everything look so dull, because they thought, hey, they'll be enjoying these time powers so much that they'll be using them.
Wow, did Michael Mann's career really go down that badly after Black Hat? He ends up in this?
Alright, you done, Blips?
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, go ahead, too.
Where do I even start with this? It's a complete mess. Like, there's the blur. It looks like the blur is almost as if someone sprayed Vaseline on the camera. I mean, I kind of like the graphic potential. It looks more in par with the new generation, but it's still not enough. Microsoft needs to improve.
Lifeboat Productions. Get it?
Fuck you.
Get it?
Wow, they really did that.
You get this.
Alright, Pips, pay attention. The credits for the TV show while this
Oh
is
my
going.
god, I just realized something. Whatever happened to the people
Yeah, here you
who
go.
like
Credits for the TV
protocol?
show. Ben Katai was the director.
You know, that reminds me, Pedro. Whatever happened to the people in the Lifeboat Protocol?
They probably just got confined there.
I'm sorry, Joe, but we dropped that subplot, apparently. Go ahead.
Including all the people from the TV show cast. We never see what becomes of them. What the hell?
Sequel?
Yeah, you get all these actors, and you barely do anything like that. I mean, the actor Will, remember, Mary from Lord of the Rings, he does barely anything in this game. He just stands there at the beginning and the end, and in the middle is completely dead, for all you know. The TV plot serves only for a pre-final boss fight that's mediocre at best, which ties into the gameplay. The gameplay is just as bland as you can imagine. Boss fights are ridiculous. The game's concept of difficulty is throwing everything in a kitchen sink at you. And there's the fact that, again, the game commits the sin of not having even the most basic things, like a melee attack. You know, I don't pretend, Jack, to go around with a katana or something, but use something as very simple, not even a punch or something. Use the gun he has in hand on like a melee, you know, the move where you use the strong part to knock things out. Yeah, use that. Also, very situational power. Sometimes Jack is not even capable of opening a door. Sometimes he has to go around it. Sometimes he has to wait until he goes to the right time zones. Sometimes you have to wait for a set piece to happen. It's inconsistent because it changes constantly. It's a fucking mess. The only small cool thing is that the variety of your time powers and the fact that you can upgrade them using those Chronon things, but the problem is the upgrade system is bare boned, and you will end up using the same 2 or 3 powers in a row, as Pedro showed pretty much in this playthrough. You just constantly spam the time bubble that can explode and the explosion grenade time bomb. So those two and the sonic speed will probably be the only one you're gonna use. Again, all in all, this game is pretty much a gigantic concept going rotten. And we don't even know who's to blame for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we hazarded guesses, of course, but the truth is that no one has an idea what actually went wrong with this. And again, this was part of a project that Microsoft had to have its range of new IPs in order to celebrate the Xbox One and try to build even more its reputation as in the console market, and look how that turned out. I'm surely not expecting this IP to be represented in a potential Microsoft Smash Bros. Game or something. But again, so yeah, overall a complete mess that squanders so much potential money, effort, and everything, especially from Remedy. Fucking Sam Lake. I mean, sure, maybe Alan Wake wasn't spectacular or anything, but it was still so solid and had so many original ideas to put. And obviously, I don't have to talk about how good the original 2 Max Payne games were. But this is just a mess. Anyway, post-credit, I guess.
My God, these credits were still going for that
also,
long. I mean, they were rolling them so
Vagina
slowly.
Beach.
Come to Georgia.
Sorry,
Alright.
the level went down.
Alright, I'll save my final thoughts for after the after credits scene.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done anyway.
Okay. Any moment now, credits.
Wait, one more final.
Oh.
The characters' events in this portion picture are fictional. Any similarity to any actual person living or whatever.
I would have never told.
What happened to you?
Oh my God, Pedro, I just realized, Remedy and Rare, both big R's.
Here we go.
I know, right?
Speak for yourself, buddy. Our patience wore thin at the halfway point. Oh wait, are they actually going to explain what he's doing here?
Yes.
The after credits scene.
And now he's still alive, apparently.
Let me guess.
What a twist!
How the hell are you still alive? We saw you get stabbed in the fucking head.
Okay,
Hey,
maybe
I'm
they'll
stepping in the
explain. Maybe they'll explain.
Porcelain always danced to his own tune, you know that. He and his delusions did tremendous damage to Monarch. But we can still
Where the heck did the accent come from?
it's not the same
What the?
no, Mr. Garrison. You're exceptional.
Can you stop doing these shots?
There is somewhere up there, hold on.
We can help each other.
Let me guess, he got shot in the back of the head or something.
Huh?
Yeah, junction, get it? He's in a junction now. He has to decide whether to help Monarch or not. And that's how the
cool.
game ends.
Wait, we don't even get to pick a junction point?
Nope. There you go, back to the title screen.
But you!
Fucking seriously.
Is there like a new game plus mode? A secret
Nope.
ending of sorts?
Nope.
Wow. Do they even explain why he's alive?
Nope. Not that I can see, at least. But again, we'll have the extra part, which will show us a few extra stuff in the episodes. I'm sure this is looking forward to that, at least. But aside from that, no, they don't explain anything about why Paul is still... Okay, how about this? I know this is kind of a spoiler, but basically there is a... Oh yeah, I'm showing another audio log.
Wait. Oh, I forgot there were audio logs.
Look how many audio logs are. I didn't listen to any of them because who the fuck even cares?
So let me get this straight. They had audio logs, but they still decided to do the long bouts of text.
No, but they have both. That's the thing.
Why not just stick with audio logs for stuff?
Again, they probably thought that spending too
The
much
big pro-
time, too much money on these actors was not worth it.
The big problem is that in order to hear the audio logs, you have to go into the pause menu. You can't even walk and play while you hear them. No, you have.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow, that's sad. I mean, whew.
Anyway, that was Quantum Break. Okay, so yeah, like my co-commentator said, this game is a piece of shit. The graphics, while technically good, are definitely very bland and just don't have any kind of personality whatsoever. I don't even remember a single cue from the fucking score. The gameplay, while technically functional, is so boring. Like Angry Joe said, if it wasn't for the time travel powers, this would just be a generic as hell a cover-based shooter. And again, I have to bring this up again because it bears repeating. Where the hell is my cover shooter? Who the hell makes a cover-based shooter without a cover system? Why?
Well, we finally found such a person.
It's like it reminds me of that whoever had the stupid decision of removing the get 100 rings to get an extra life in the original release of Sonic Lost World. Why would you remove that? Why? What's the point? Anyway, yeah, the gameplay is technically functional but still boring, and of course the plot makes no sense. The characters are thin and undeveloped. Hell, fuck that. Not underdeveloped. They're not developed at all. The only character who gets some semblance of character development is Beth, and even then, it's just a generic backstory that doesn't really tell us anything about her. So
don't forget Martin, apparently, as he goes from being just a typical sidekick to wanting to stab Paul into the back, to now apparently being the possible new, I don't
CEO.
know, CEO who may be a good guy.
Yeah, and Liam's character development extends to this. He has a wife.
And he dies.
That's it. He has a wife.
And Mr. Dushan also has this stupid redemption story arc thing.
The sad part is that Mr. Douche Nozzle is still probably my favorite character, if anything, because he's so over the top assholish that it's kind of enjoyable at some points.
And he has a weird banana mustache.
Yeah.
And I had to say it, but even he had more of a character arc than Liam.
Alright, everybody, so that's about it, really. I can't really add anything else because my co-commentators have already covered pretty much everything. Piece of shit game. I know some people out there like it. If you like it, good for you, but I'm sorry. We have no idea what the hell you see in this game.
Wait.
Oh, I think I see what they see.
I'm just looking through one of the actors. Yeah. I'm just looking through one of the actors' credits. You know the guy who played, you know the black guy.
Yes.
He was in John Wick.
Yeah. I thought I already pointed that out.
Wow,
Wasn't he also in Commando?
someone's career went down the tubes.
I believe he was also in Commando as well.
He's in the sequel as well.
You mean Jova is the one that says he was eating Green Beret for breakfast?
Yeah, pretty sure.
He, basically, in John Wick, he played the Continental's manager.
Alright. We've drawn this out long enough. See you for the extra part, everybody.
See ya.
So, yeah.